Yeah, what's going on, y'all? I can't hear y'all. How y'all feeling? We here to celebrate hip hop. Thank you. All right, so I'm your host. It's your girl, Pop Shenny on the mic. Feel good to be back on the mic. I want to real quick say thank you to the University of Pittsburgh and to One Hood for curating and sponsoring this amazing, dope event where we will be celebrating Juneteenth as well as hip hop. As y'all know, hip hop turns 50 years this year. So it's a lot to talk about. We are in the city of Pittsburgh, so before we get started, we will do our due diligence in showing love to our fallen soldiers from the Pittsburgh gang. We can't talk about hip hop without showing them love. So if we could just, for a few seconds, 30 seconds to a minute, show our respects. There you go. Alrighty, so already introduced myself, and as you can see, we have all these beautiful people up here with me, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves, let them know your names, where y'all from, how long y'all been in the hip-hop game, and then before you pass the mic to the next person, we're going to get the icebreaker out the way at the same time, too. So the icebreaker will be Black Culture Trivia questions. So we're going to see how much y'all know about hip-hop and about the culture. So I'm going to start to my left.
Hey, how everybody doing? For the people who don't know me, I go by Hardo. I'm a Pittsburgh artist. I've been doing music since like 2011. I grew up in the Wilkinsburg area. I went to the same school, Older Dice, as Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller. I'm saying me and Mac was in the same grade. The first records I even ever made doing music was recording in Mac Miller's house. And that's just a little bit of my background.
Thank you.
All right, peace and love. My name is Special K, Energy Lane Goddess, whatever you feel within. I'm a multifaceted artist. I do everything except for swim. We're gonna learn that skill eventually. But yeah, I'm originally from the divine realm. I am an alien, yet I did grow here in Pittsburgh in Hazelwood. So yeah, thank y'all for being here.
Hey, what's going on? What's the deal with all y'all? I'm Fed from Taylor Gang, from the north side. You know, went to Perry, been doing it since 2011, as well as Hardo. He's one of my big inspirations with this music. And you know, we about to get this thing cracking, so what's going on with y'all?
Check 1 2, check 1 2. My name is Dr. Margaret J. Starks, born and raised here in Pittsburgh, PA. I am also known as Jazzy Love, the queen of rap. Started this rap game back in 1987 when I was 15 years old. I am now the rapping principal of Pittsburgh, PA. Good evening, everybody. Peace to you.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? What up, Pittsburgh? Yeah, my name is Paradise Gray. I was a DJ since I was 7 years old, growing up in the Bronxdale projects, mentored by Disco King Mario. Longer than hip-hop has been so-called born. 52 years ago is when I started, and I've been a rapper. I had a group named the X Clan. I made 2 gold albums with them as a producer. I ran the hottest club in New York called the Latin Quarter during the golden era of hip-hop. I gave over 100 rap pioneers and legends their first show, including Public Enemy, KRS-One, Eric B. and Rakim, LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Dana Dane, Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, and many, many more. Too much to bore y'all with. And now I'm a photographer, a filmmaker, producer, promoter. I got a new spot I'm opening on the north side of East Ohio and James Street, a production studio. I got a new TV show coming out in August called Hip Hop Treasures, featuring Yo-Yo, Ice-T, and LL Cool J, and my partner, Prime Minister Pete Nice. So look for that on A&E Networks in August. And I'm building a universal hip hop museum in the Bronx. You know, $100 million project that will be done in 2024. And guess what? Planting the seeds of the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Museum very soon.
Yes, y'all better talk heavy. I'm honored. I'm honored to be up here with y'all. Yes, I love it. Okay, so y'all didn't skip out on y'all trivia. I just let y'all be great. So, Brother Paradise, we're gonna start with you. So you have 3 in a row. You're gonna get, if you don't know it, you could just say skip. You can ask the audience for help. You can ask your panelists for help, but it's too many people in here.
Can I make a phone call?
No.
Can I call a friend?
I might let you do that. Okay, so in the 90s, Missy Elliott was a part of a girl group called what? VA Day, Sista, Unity Queens, or Tastemakers?
Wow, 90s, pass.
Anybody know? Anybody was there? Y'all, yes. Okay. Brother Paradise, how many minutes until Dougie Fresh is on?
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Hey.
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. I love y'all.
All right. Last question. We're going to go to Dr. Starks. Last question. Then we go on to you. I just had to pronounce that, doctor. What was the first state to recognize Juneteenth as a holiday? Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, or Louisiana?
Wow, I say Georgia.
Anybody? Texas.
Texas. Go
Somebody
ahead,
get them a black
Texas.
card. Somebody get them
I
a
thought
black
you said
card.
that was hip hop.
We also celebrating Juneteenth, so you know. Okay, so Dr. Starks, what was Erykah Badu's debut album? Was it Baduism, Mama's Gun, But You Can't Use My Phone, or New America?
Baduism.
Yes. What shoes does Nelly get for free, but sometimes he gotta pay? Saucony's, Jordans, Adidas Shell Toes, or Air Force Ones?
Air Force Ones.
What does the her stand for in Commons? I used to love her. Said y'all want to talk about hip hop, right? Right.
What does the her stand for? Anybody in the audience? That's a little past my. Give me
Black
some
card
6
holders?
minutes, Dougie Fresh, and you're on, and I got that.
Panelists, anybody want to help her out? Help your sister. All right, so it's a hip hop
somebody
in
in the
its
back.
essence is real. Hip hop in its essence is real.
Oh, all right, okay.
All right, so we're gonna go to Fed. Fed, can you tell us, name 3 Wu-Tang members, 3 members of the Wu-Tang Clan?
RZA, ODB, and Raekwon.
Can you tell me what album Ether was on? I Am, Illmatic, Stillmatic, or Hip Hop is Dead?
Stillmatic.
Yes. Can you name 3 rappers who are involved in tech?
And what?
Technology.
Chameleonaire.
It doesn't have to just be rappers, it could be musical artists.
Ooh, I just know Chameleonaire.
Anybody want to help him out? Brother Paradise?
Oh, Dr. Dre.
Go there, yeah, there y'all go. Way to help him out.
There we go. There we go. Unity.
Soldier Boy and Chuck D.
Here we go. All right, Special K. Can you tell us 3 rappers who have written a book? Say that one more time. 3 rappers who have written a book.
3 rappers that have written a book?
We be writing.
Oh, shit. I know for sure Lupe. He just was here. Oh, Gucci and Rick Ross. See, I'm going to use
Brother
my
Paradise,
panelists.
who you got?
I'm going to use my panelists, too. Feel me?
Brother Paradise, who you were trying to name?
I was going to say LL Cool J, Rakim, and me.
Okay, yes. All right, Special K. Can you name the members of Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Oh, gosh. All right, y'all.
Crazy, lazy, and busy.
Crazy, lazy, busy.
You got 2 more, sis. 2 more.
I miss my uncle.
If
No, I
had
listen to
one.
the music. I don't even know the order.
Anybody want to help her out?
Anybody?
Wishbone.
I remember Wishbone.
Sit busy.
One more.
Yes, there you go. All righty. Last question. You can redeem yourself. The black card is still on the table. Who invented the versus battles? Swiss Beats and Timbaland, Kanye West and Swiss Beats, Timbaland and Zaytoven, or Jay-Z and Timbaland?
Oh, Swiss Beats and Timberland.
Girl, there you go.
I know that.
All right, Hardo.
Yo,
Can you name 3 places where you can meet Young Jock for it to go down?
the mall, the trap, the club.
There you go. What year did Rockaware drop? 1997, 1999, 1996, or 2002?
2002.
99.
99. Damn.
2000s. Which rapper named an album after their high school? Wiz Khalifa, Wale, Big Crit, or Kendrick Lamar?
Wiz Khalifa.
There you go, Taylor Alderdice. All right, so you have all survived the round of Black Culture Trivia. You have all survived the first round of Black Culture Trivia. So if you don't know, I created Black Culture Trivia. I do stuff too. Black Culture Trivia is a game in which I made to educate but also entertain us on our culture. The fun thing about Black Culture Trivia is when you win in the game, you win in real life because you really do win a black card. And what you can do with your black card is use it like your Advantage card. So you can use it to shop with brands within our network of Black businesses. So it's art, skincare, hair care, jewelry, apparel, all of the things. Food, you can eat with it. So we will do another round of some Black Culture Trivia at the end. It'll be sampled at. So don't leave because we want to see if y'all know y'all samples. So we're gonna get straight into these questions. So as we know, hip hop is turning 50 this year, and that's a lot of years, that's 5 decades. And to start off, I want to know how you would describe the current state of hip hop at 50. And whoever wants to go first, we grown, just popcorn yourself in.
Like the current state, like where we at with it now, I mean, I think it's all, the generation of just what's going on. Like each generation, I realized like the people before be like, oh, I don't like the new music. I done been hearing that for years, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it's just, a generational thing. Like so right now, like it's a young person's world. Not just saying like it's for young people, but they control it from like college and all that. People who buying the merch and going to the concerts is usually like a younger crowd. So like at the end of the day, like I mean, it's always good long as it's I feel like it's black gold. You feel me? It save a lot of our people. That's like the stepping stone to other businesses. It's like one of our biggest markets. So I think hip hop is good and it's gonna always be there.
Yes, I agree. I personally agree. Anybody else want to answer that question?
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Paradise.
I think the rap industrial complex is one thing and hip hop culture is another. The rap industrial complex only glorifies rap music, but hip hop has many more elements. In fact, there's really no such thing as hip hop. Hip hop is indigenous Afro culture worldwide. And hip hop is, the elements of hip hop existed since the beginning of time. An ancient African proverb says, if you could walk, you could dance. If you could talk, you could sing. And the same thing with hip hop. We've been doing this forever, and you ask since when? Hip hop today is in great hands. Our young people, they know what to do with it. They're better at many things than we were, especially business. They do their thing. They keep hip hop growing. Hip hop was created by children and preteens. And if you're an old head and you're complaining that you don't understand what they're saying, well, maybe they ain't talking to you. Secondly, a lot of older people complain about the way young people dress. And they're all, man, if you look at the way I dressed back in the day, I got nothing to say, but young people, keep doing your thing. Don't let nobody hate on you. We love you. Keep the torch burning. Hip hop is yours. Do with it what you need to do. Just stop killing each other.
Yes. Anybody else?
Oh, I'll speak.
There you go.
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, so how would you describe the current state of hip hop?
I would say that it's ever flowing. The same way that the trees grow and they turn into something else, that's how hip hop is. And you just have to learn to go with the flow. If you don't like it, turn your ears off. Don't listen to it. Because I'm going to talk my shit.
Right. I agree. I appreciate all of your answers because whenever I was asked, I used to feel like really Joe Budden-ish, I guess, about hip hop, the current states of hip hop. And then it hit me like, well, hip hop is 50. It's not gonna do what it was doing when it was 10 or when it was 15 or when it was 25. And so I personally appreciate how hip hop has been resilient over the years. You know, we're here to celebrate Juneteenth as well. So when you think about just the culture, you think about resiliency. And so I appreciate hip hop for surviving 5 decades. You know, we made it through the trap era, through the oversized white tee era, through no ceilings era, like everything. So I'm gonna go real cliche with it, real brown sugar with it. But when did y'all fall in love with hip hop?
I fell in love when my mom sang me No Limit Soldiers on my birthday.
Period. Period. That's so authentic. Yes.
I fell in love with hip hop when I heard MC Light kicking for Brooklyn. Kick this one for Brooklyn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Kick this one.
I
Yes.
fell in love.
Yes.
Yeah, I fell in love probably back when I was young. My dad was listening to a lot of Jay-Z, so like I love Jay-Z since I was like a little kid. That's still like my favorite rapper till this day.
Yes. Brother Paradise, when you fall in love with hip hop, you are
Wow.
hip hop.
Yeah, I think I was probably about 5 years old. I was in the projects. I was going to White Castle to get me some burgers and fries, and I heard this music coming out of this room that the laundromat used to be in. I pushed the door open, and Disco King Mario was in there, and I was like, he was like, come on, man, close the door and come in. You letting the funk out. And I've been in love with it since then.
Yes, that's beautiful.
I guess mine's is a little bit more personal. I fell in love with hip hop, having cypher sessions in the kitchen with my siblings, and my dad will always play like Mobb Deep beats. We wasn't allowed to listen to the cuss word songs. So like when I got older, I was like, wow, this is what this song really sounds like. Oh gosh. Facts. Like,
Right.
but yeah, having those cypher sessions with my siblings and just learning to freestyle and just building up on penmanship, but also being conscious behind what you're trying to portray when you are putting down your words. So I think that's where hip hop really started for me. Mm-hmm. And my dad was like, you know, DJing, he would burn CDs, like he had his whole flip book of cassette tapes and vinyl records. So I feel like hip hop like kind of like grew on me. I didn't really know what hip hop was. Mm-hmm. It just kind of, I knew the energy of hip hop before learning about it. So yeah.
I can agree. Wow. All right, so we're gonna take it to something that Hardo touched on. You talked about merch and just the influence that hip hop has on certain generations. So I want to talk about the economic power that hip hop has. Does anybody want to unpack that with me?
Yeah, I think it's a big power thing. Like I said, I think it's like black gold. And like today, I think, you know, way more artists get money. It's less superstars. You know, everything come with pros and cons. So like, I think back then it was more superstars because it was less artists that had, you know, opportunity. Now it's like people lit all over the place. Like I'm seeing people who getting 100,000 a show who nobody even know their music. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just way more open. Like you said, they smarter business wise back then. You know, people would take any type deal just to get in the game. Now you really don't even. A lot of artists don't even think about a deal. It's just, you know, you get on the internet, upload it yourself. It's like we don't even need half of the resources you used to. So it's definitely way better on the money tip today than it used to be for sure.
And to add on to that, hip hop now is more so like how rock was in the 80s. Like it's like everybody can just pop. There's not one set superstar. There's not one set sound of what it is. It's just you make your song, you do you, like you just keep it hip hop, just keep it rocking.
Yes, sir.
It's $1 billion industry. You know what I mean? Everything is tied to hip hop. Culture, economics, entrepreneurship, you know?
Right. I agree. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. It is the industry, if you ask me. It really is.
Word. I just like to say, you know, when we created hip hop, you know, it wasn't really about, you know, there was no money in it. Matter of fact, we sank every penny we had into buying records or buying equipment, and it's always something else you needed. But it was a part of our lifestyle. And we did it because we loved it, and we entertained ourselves. And you would never see Michael Jackson walking down the street, but you see Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, the Cold Crush. They was like our ghetto superstars. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, it's right there. You know, just keep it there. You know, it's more, way more opportunities for young people to turn their craft into something that they can live off of. And in the 70s, and for many people in the 80s, even people with record deals, living off their music was not even an option. You know, you always had to have a job, and hip hop was a hustle, you know? But nowadays, it's about to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Sneakers are selling for 1.8 million. Biggie's crown, a plastic crown that the photographer put on his head that he purchased for $6 at a costume store, just sold for over $700,000. You know what I'm saying? So the sky's the limit. Make sure, if you're a young artist, make sure you document everything, collect everything, keep everything. There's value in everything related to what you do.
Economically, let's be real. There's so many different avenues to hip hop. There's DJing, there's the MCs, there's the graffiti artists, there's the fashion. There's a lot within hip hop and that's where it really started. And to see how even just those separate breakdowns under that umbrella of hip hop, there's money in that. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't even look at it as money, like, because money's only real if we make it real. But there's value and worth in that, and it's going to be priceless type shit. Like, you can't buy that. Like, somebody, like, you're not paying me for my art. You're paying me for my time.
Right.
Because my art is priceless. So when I do a show,
Right.
you're not paying me to rap. You're paying me for my time. Like, you know what I mean? Because if that's the case, you'll be broke.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. You ain't got it. Nobody got it. All right, so one thing that is priceless about hip hop, in my opinion, is being able to tell stories and to chronicle history and, you know, talk about what is happening in history. So I want to know from y'all, what do y'all think is the greatest story ever told in hip hop?
I think, me personally, I'm a big Master P fan. So when he was originally pushing No Limit, he had $500 in his bank account, and they offered him $1 million, and he turned that all the way down, and he turned No Limit from $500 to a $100 million company within 2 years. So I feel like that's like the greatest business, and that's the greatest model of hip hop, like, story to me. Like, from the Calliope projects to the mansions in Miami in 2 years.
That is a big flex. Master P, yes, is the biggest, one of the biggest flexes. Anybody else got a story?
I think I was about to say personally, just the Get Down on Netflix. I don't know if y'all tapped into that. Probably some of y'all watched it, but that shit right there is the best story. Like, I know it's not finished. I'm still waiting on the next season type shit. But like that right there, like, whenever somebody doesn't know anything about hip hop, I'll tell them, go watch this. Like, go watch this, because that made me appreciate hip hop to a totally different level, like, type shit. Like, and I look forward to the next season coming out, because a lot of people who are in this industry doing music, they need to see that passion, that love, that hustle, and where it started from. Like, motherfuckers started, oh, my bad. People started from, they made something from nothing. And we have to realize that, like, black culture was created because we were stripped away what our roots were. And we created something beautiful. There wasn't nothing else called black culture. And we created a whole movement through music. And that right there is the best story ever in hip hop.
Yes. Okay, Special K.
I understand the question that you asked differently. To me, the greatest story ever told in hip-hop was a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. Got a smiling on you, but then he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow up in the ghetto living second rate. Your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay look like one great big alleyway.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, thank you. That was the question. Everybody's answer was unique, and I love it. Yes, as a unit. All of y'all.
The message, right? Grandmaster Flash, and Furious 5, and Duke Booty.
Yes, school us, Brother Paradise. Alrighty, so I'm gonna bring this back to Pittsburgh. Two-part question. First part is, what would y'all say that you have individually contributed to the hip hop culture scene? Like, what are you proud to say? Yeah, I did that, and either in my city or for hip hop as a unit, as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. I think what I brought to the scene, I think I made like Pittsburgh music. It was, Wiz and Mac, or, urban community, the people, going through the stuff in the streets and, all of that. It wasn't a big thing. Like, I think I really, motivated like the whole Pittsburgh to really like start turning up musically and really see like, it's a chance. Like, cause before that, I never ever thought about like, music being nothing coming out of Pittsburgh. Like, I used to look at Wiz and Mac like, this shit is crazy. Like, there's like no way we could like blow up on some rap stuff and like to see how my stuff went and a lot of, other artists fed itself, what he got going on. Rest in peace, Jimmy Wapo. And just like, I really see like, you could really make it out here, you know what I'm saying, with music. Like, my first time even like going to studios, I used to go to my man's studio, and I remember he used to tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, you gotta really take it serious if you gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? And I really, you know what I'm saying, start taking it serious and see, how it turned up, and that's what I feel like I contributed to Pittsburgh music.
That's love.
To add on to that, like watching him do his own lane and stuff, watching him really just turn his hardships. Like, I really watched him like from being 17, watching Harder No come to the studio. He used to turn his hardships into real pain music. So like that showed us like that's a whole nother lane. And then I added on to that, turning my hardships and then showing my lifestyle, Northview Heights projects, and putting that into the music, throwing parties and throwing branding and showing people how to just really just put your own bread into yourself, like bet on yourself before somebody else bet onto you. So I showed, like, give people the confidence to bet on themselves.
You did shut down
Yes.
For surely I shut the turnpike down.
Talk heavy, talk big, yes.
I believe I contributed to hip hop was, as a young girl here in Pittsburgh, 14 years old, becoming a part of the Pittsburgh All-Stars, following Sly Jock and Mark C. Productions around the city of Pittsburgh. Yeah. Being the first female to release a rap record from the city of Pittsburgh at 15 years old. Back then it was just called a 12-inch record, right? We didn't have albums, but being the first female to do that from our city and still being able to hold on to rap and, become an educator in the city, pouring back into our youth, and having Wiz and Mac as my students at Alderdice High School, and now to be up here on the stage with you young men and becoming a rapping principal and pouring back into the students, meeting them where they're at through rap is the contribution that I'm so blessed to have been able to make to rap.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yes.
Wow. I've been in Pittsburgh since 1992. And I first came to Pittsburgh in 1990 with my group X-Clan, and we played a club downtown called Illusions that certainly doesn't exist anymore. After that, I mentored Sam Sneed, Black Seas, Butter, Mailman, and I mentored a 16-year-old Wiz Khalifa who used to come to my crib and buy beats off Black Seas, who lived with me at the time. I had a studio in Wilkinsburg called Thug Mansion, where I mentored over 200 young artists. I also mentored Mac Miller. The first time Mac ever recorded was at my crib on East Ohio on the north side. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had the great pleasure of working with an artist named Jasiri X, and we traveled around the world. I produced Brother Jasiri and produced a lot of his videos, and we traveled around the world with Elder Harry Belafonte, rest in peace, Mr. B. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also one of the founders of One Hood. And last but not least, I'm the creator of the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Awards with Brother Muhammad.
Yes. Y'all better talk heavy. I love that.
What was the question again?
The question was, yes, what do you feel like you contributed to Pittsburgh's hip hop scene?
Honestly, I think where I really thrived was shout out to the fam, One Hood. Shout out to the whole squad, One Hood. because they provided so many different opportunities for me as a Black female creative artist. Let me say that again. As a Black, dark-skinned female creative artist, because it is difficult, and I'm one of those artists where I don't have to take my clothes off. I don't have to shake my ass. I'm gonna give real bars. I'm gonna give real feelings and real vibes. And nonetheless, I like to hear 99 and 2000 when it come on. The legs start moving, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But like One Hood definitely put me in rooms and opportunities in order for me to come across, I see you over there, Pittsburgh Cultural Trust. And that was my first time able to open up for Moni Love and represent the legacy of women in hip hop. And I honestly, if I would never met One Hood, I would never even had that opportunity. And as a matter of fact, let me take that back. I would have had the opportunity, but One Hood, they're like the full throttle. They put you there, they see what you're doing, they see the passion, they see what you're working towards, they believe in you, they teach you. They put you in rooms with people, they build you up to be successful individually. And honestly, that's my contribution. That's my contribution. I'm gonna continue to keep flowing on with We Keep Us Safe, which is a youth advocacy program in a sense. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But we work towards having different events within the community in order for us to feel safe. In order for us to feel safe, and which ultimately keeps the violence levels down and brings the peace. And my main thing when I talk is peace and love. Yeah. And peace don't bring me peace if pieces of my peace ain't at peace. So, yeah.
That was poetic. That was poetic. All right, I know I said 2-part question, but it's really a 3-part question. So the next thing I want to say is I think Pittsburgh is dope. I think that our fashion scene is dope. I think that our music scene is dope. I think that there are a lot of dope people in Pittsburgh, especially dope, talented people. With there being so much dope talent here, a lot of the times, and I would put emphasis on that because I'm from Pittsburgh, but of course, I've traveled a lot. And one thing is that I've noticed is that Pittsburgh is in a really weird place geographically. Right? And so sometimes it's like we're not really close to New York, so, we're not Philly, and then we're not Atlanta. So we're in this really weird pocket of just like either you see us or you don't, you know what I mean? And so to that, I wanted to, ask you guys what you would say to either your younger selves as artists or aspiring artists who are also trying to navigate the Pittsburgh scene, or not even just the Pittsburgh scene, but the scene in general, and coming and starting in Pittsburgh, or stopping through here, or however. What would y'all say to them about continuing and just being successful, although we are in this really weird space? Because y'all have all reached a certain level of success, you know what I mean? Being here or being from here or coming through here or whatever the case might be. But what inspiration would you share, or what message would you either give to yourself or to someone else who is on the way up?
I would more so tell any artist, up and coming artist, or my younger self is, you're unique. Like, you're from a small space where nobody really knows where you're at and everybody's counting you out. Mm-hmm. So just implement everything about you and about where you from into that space and just keep going and make them hear you. You gotta make them respect it, because they don't respect it. We're not known for hip hop. We're more so known for country music and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we have that as an advantage. We got every artist from Pittsburgh, when you catch a wave, you gonna stay on because you got the element of surprise, because we're a melting pot of everything. We get every genre, so you can add all that and then add the Pittsburgh flair in it, you gonna go. So just add you into the game and just stamp it and just keep going and don't change who you is. Just be unapologetically you.
That's the one, the 2 and the 3.
And I tell my younger self, or any up and coming artist, just always just pay attention to the people you got around you, the influences and who to listen to. Always take direction. Don't never feel like you know it all. Don't never be, too arrogant and cocky. Always stay humble and pick the pieces, wisely. Your friends who gonna really, ride it out, and go with the plan with you. A lot of that's big, you feel me? So that's what I had told my younger self earlier, to make sure I had the right people around me the whole time, because I learned a lot more and just got a lot farther and a lot, in my life, from having the right people around me. And with music, you ain't always gotta blow up as an artist. Just starting off, that a lot of execs started off artists, a lot of producers, a lot of cameramen. It's just an outlet for a lot of stuff. So just if you stick in it, don't ever think because you ain't blow as an artist don't mean you won't blow up doing something else in the business, you know what I'm saying? So just right people around you, it's big.
I would tell my younger self the same thing that I would tell my 3 children sitting in the audience today. They're all artists, dancers, singers, musicians. Do it scared. Even if you're afraid, even if you're anxious, even if you doubt yourself, do it anyway. And don't quit. Because guess what? The sky is the limit. There are no limits. Do it scared. The contribution that you can make to this city is necessary. Don't just let the story be, I can't wait to leave Pittsburgh. This is our city. Pour into your city. Be a living legacy in your city. Build and grow from there.
What I say to people, you know, people used to always say, why are you in Pittsburgh? Why are you here? I'm like, why not? Pittsburgh is made of the same thing every place else is made of. Dirt, concrete, glass, asphalt. You know, forget these lines that people drew in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh is the city of bridges. It's time that we start walking across them and stop burning them. You know, I named the organization One Hood, not because we come from one hood or we serve one hood, but because the whole world is my hood. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody draw no lines in the sand and tell you where you from or nothing, man. We're earthlings, we're humans. This God gave us domain over this entire planet. It's all yours. You know, I rest my head in Pittsburgh, but I go to New York 3 times a month. I've been there 3 times in the last week and got to go back Saturday. You know, don't be afraid to jump on anything smoking. I'm blind, I'm half crippled and half crazy, and I still get up and go get it.
I guess my message would be, you are art, and you deserve to feel special. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be listened to. Anything you could do anything you put your mind to, and when you do it, don't half-ass. Don't half-ass. Do it to your best ability. Put your all into it. Take advice. Learn from your mistakes, and keep flowing. Because you are the rock. You are the crystal. You are the light. You are the space. You are the energy. You are whole. And you are the being that could do anything. Literally anything. Everyone deserves to feel special. Period.
Yes. Okay, so this might be a lot to unpack. But I want to know if you think there's a way, and if so, what is that way, to keep Pittsburgh safe? 1, to just keep Pittsburgh safe, but 2, to keep Pittsburgh safe for artists. Because, you know, we get to start this paying tribute and showing love, and a lot of our really great artists don't always get to, you know, see their music do what it needs to do. And so with that, being a part of the hip hop scene here, and also a part of the actual scene, overall scene, do y'all think that's a thing? Like, I know that's always a question, but do y'all think that's a thing?
To answer that question, there's only one answer to that question, is stop embracing artists when they did and stop hating on them with hidden agendas and just embrace them for their art. Like, don't be like, oh, you're not better than this person. Stop comparing people at ground level. You can't compare nobody. Nobody's the same. So to keep people safe, embrace them from ground level and get them out of here. That's just really what, like, don't let them stay in their same environment. Let them grow in their environment and take them up and shoot them to the moon. Like, we embrace the Steelers, we get mad at the Steelers, but we ain't gonna be like, oh, forget the Steelers, I'm a Patriot fan. Nah, we gonna ride with them. So, like, we are all y'all Steelers, like, we're, like, to the supporters and stuff, we y'all quarterbacks, we y'all wide receivers. So, yeah, if we make a mistake, then y'all call us out on it. Don't just bash us and jump shit. Like, to keep us safe, just keep us rocking.
That's a good one. I like that.
Well, being part of We Keep Us Safe, accountability. You see something, say something, hold somebody accountable, type shit. The same way back in the day you couldn't do nothing and the neighbor would say something to you and the aunts and uncles and the person at the store, I feel like that's legit and we can bring that back. Hold everybody accountable. type shit. We are here because we need each other, but that starts with self. You have to realize that there is help around, and it starts by showing up. The same way y'all showed up because y'all knew about this, however y'all knew about it, is a start in itself. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. That's how you support people. That's how you give people their flowers while they're still here, instead of waiting until they pass to realize their beauty in their art. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. This is 2023, right? 23 is the year of the Jordan, right? Take your shots, accept your misses the same way you do your makes, and go with the flow. Rebound if you got to.
There we go.
Yeah, I think for real, you just gotta pay your head down in tunnel vision, man. At the end of the day, like changing, violence, honestly, like would it ever really change, you know what I'm saying? Especially in a fast rate, man, I doubt it. Especially social media make a lot of things worse than, growing up. Arguments start there that, spill over to, the streets. And sometimes no matter what you tell most of these youngins coming up, they ain't gonna listen. It'd be experience, and they don't listen until, the judge telling them 100 years, you feel me, what's sad to say. But, the ones who do got the mind to work on their craft, just stay focused, tunnel vision. One day, somebody is gonna really open it up for Pittsburgh, especially for the urban community. It's gonna happen one day, just gotta pay attention. Other cities just getting on, my favorite artist, ESTG, he from a small town where they never had a rapper pop off. It's 50 years later, you feel me? So one day it'll happen, you know what I'm saying? It done almost happened 1,000 times here. Plus, I'm doing my thing, Fed doing him. We close, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to get big here one day. It's just, staying out the way and just moving on your accord, just because you ain't going to be able to change how everybody else think and everybody else feels. So just do you. The ones who love you, they going to make sure, you know what I'm saying, it spill over to other people like-minded like them. So just stay focused and out the way of the drama is what I think.
And also, don't be scared to be a fan either, and don't be scared to reach out. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of nobody. You're not a groupie. If you like somebody's music, say you like it. That's the only way music works. Music only ever worked through word of mouth. Social media is a tool, but if y'all ain't talking about it and stuff, nobody's gonna know about it. So when y'all be like, oh my God, Pittsburgh ain't this, or we can't keep our artists safe, because y'all ain't talking about us in a positive manner. Y'all inviting the negativity because y'all always putting us against each other.
Social media, that's where they get their most feedback is from. Like I said, posting that is gonna get 3,000 shares compared to, shout out to his song. It was hard, you feel me? So
and it's crazy.
Just that energy ain't gonna never change. I feel like
man, you could have went against each other. It would have had 1 million shares. We up here giving game to people, and people want to talk about it. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I said we had a long. it was love tap, but
Yes, let's hug it out. Brother Paradise, you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think that competition is healthy, you know what I'm saying, also, but, there's a point where it's not competition anymore. KRS-One and MC Shan went at it back and forth. Nobody died. LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee went at it. Nobody got shot. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we need to stop taking rappers so serious, like they need to be thugs or gangsters. No, they ain't. 99.99% of people you think is hard is soft. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You don't have to be hard to be a rapper. Be a boxer. Be a real gangster. Go sell drugs if you want to sell drugs. Selling drugs don't mean you should sell records. You know what I'm saying? We need to really look at this thing and say, wait a minute, oh, he ain't this, he ain't, come on, man. We got kids making records, they 15 years old, rapping about selling keys overseas. Jasiri used to be like, whoa, stop the music. Bro, you go to school every day. You're not allowed to talk like that. Talk about it in third person, because that's not you. Stop lying. We need to keep it real. That's keeping it real. But as adults and as institutions, we need to create safe spaces for our young people. You know what I'm saying? That we can't This is our responsibility. It's our children, our grandchildren. If we can't keep our own children and grandchildren safe in a space, then we really in trouble. The only thing that'll really keep young melanated people safe is if we start improving the conditions that they live in at home. You understand? Because we could talk till our face is blue. If a kid is hungry or he's sleeping on somebody else's couch and he ain't got no love, it's not much you can say to him. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an older person, stop leading with looking at them down and telling them to pull up their pants. I don't care if they walk with their pants on their ankles like a Pittsburgh Penguin if they ain't killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Ask a young person, hey, how you doing, man? You hungry? You need a burger or something? Maybe then he'll give you the right to tell him about his pants that's sagging. You know, as older people, we need to be careful how we talk to young people, how we respect them, and we need to stop abusing them. Sexually, mentally, spiritually, physically, stop it.
And just to add to what Dice said, you know, hurt people, right? So parents, we have to address our trauma. We have to heal as a people, because when you fail to do that and send your students to me, then I'm forced to deal with those unanswered questions. I'm forced to deal with that brokenness as their educator. It takes a village, for real. From day one, y'all, we have got to come together and start to love ourselves, love our people, love our children, believe in ourselves, believe in our future. Because until we do that, we're not safe. We're not safe as a people. And we've got to interrupt the cycle, and it starts with us. Children are exposed to a whole lot of stuff. We're engaging them in conversations that they shouldn't be privy to. We're having adult conversations in the presence of 6 and 7 and 8-year-old children, wondering why they struggle, wondering why they out of order, wondering why they're not following examples in classrooms and schools. What are some of the things that you think it's okay to talk about in the presence of a child? What are some of the social media apps these children are on? What are some of the conversations we're engaging in with our kids sitting in the room, our grandkids sitting in the room? When did it become okay to engage in drugs and alcohol with kids being present, and then we wonder why they're not operating in their full mind? Like, we gotta do better to create safe spaces for children, because they're the future. We're counting on them to take care of us someday. So it begins with us. We must be the change that we want to see. And then when I think about healthy competition, like you said, Dice, you know, when we had this battle back in the day to see who was going to become the queen of rap, right, in Pittsburgh, this is how I got the title. You know, I'm 15 years old going against a girl who used to be my friend just because somebody started talking stuff in school like, ooh, I think she could beat you. I think, you know, so next thing you know, we at the Homewood Coliseum battling for the title, right? But even in us talking stuff, we didn't cause harm to one another. We never laid hands on one another. It was never about taking somebody's life, right? So healthy competition has to be just that, healthy. And then when given the opportunity to elevate, to support, to lift somebody else up, we gotta do that. We're not real great at that as a people, but we gotta get better. And the change begins with us.
Yes, those are beautiful answers. Thank y'all. Yes, y'all better, yes. Okay, so to healthy competition, what makes healthy competition? Well, we know, but what to you makes healthy competition? Because like you said, we were talking our stuff, we were this, we were that, and then of course it's like, but we didn't cause harm. So how can we keep the competition healthy? You know what I mean? Like what gems would you give to the people at all about how to keep it healthy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get out your feelings or whatever.
Yeah, just real basic stuff. Just saying hello. How you doing, Queen? Giving a warm smile, right? Greeting one another, having conversation. We ain't know each other today, right? Just talking. So tell me about yourself. You went to where? You know, just engaging. saying hello, giving a smile, right? And if we're both good at something, let's put our thoughts together. We're brilliant. We're geniuses. We could take over the nation if we just come together. So instead of us using our gifts and talents in isolation, let's use this stuff and collaborate like we're doing today. So this is where it begins. It's okay for us to have two great gentlemen on this stage.
Right.
We ain't got, let's collaborate and do this thing. We'll have so much more strength in our numbers by doing it together rather than doing it alone.
To add to that, I got in my feelings a little bit because my man right here, he tried to start a healthy competition, and it was ended very, very quick because we know we had no differences and everything was handled with a conversation, but we tried to do it.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, at the end of the day, competition come with, your feelings gonna get in it when you're hard in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But never through it, like, was it like, oh, I wanna do something to him? Like, yeah, I had moments where, I'm pissed, but it stayed music. Like, I never, let me get in the car and go fight for it or fight. It's just like, and look at us today, you know what I'm saying? It's all love.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Competition gonna come with emotion for sure.
We was at each other for a week straight, then we sent each other in the studio.
Right. I love it. Alrighty. So I have one more question. Go ahead. Yeah, give it up for them because that's the healthy competition. This almost couldn't been a thing probably. All right. I have one last question, and then we're going to open it up to you guys in the event that you want to ask anybody up here anything. I want to know how you envision the next 50 years of hip hop looking, sounding, dressing, all of the things.
So
Don't know the answer to that.
Nah, I honestly think like right now the first 50, it's crazy because I pay attention to music, and rap, hip hop in general has accelerated faster than any music because of our style and our culture. Everybody wants to embrace our culture. Everybody wants to be a part of our culture. So right now we in a great time. Like the golden years was the early 90s, but the best is not happening the next 25 years because right now we in a downtime because music, rap, hip hop is more so integrating with a lot of country, it's integrating with a lot of rock, it's integrating with a lot of pop. So within probably the next 5 years, we probably about to see like a Michael Jackson level rapper. Like it's gonna get real crazy, and I don't know where they're gonna be from, but yeah, hip hop is gonna be like on pace with dance hall and EDM type music. It's gonna be the only thing because everybody wants to move around. Everybody's just more so learning their differences as a person. So the next 50 years of hip hop is about to be, there's gonna be real life $1 billion contracts getting handed out.
Yeah, so the foundation is built. Now we just adding on to the house.
Yeah, we adding on to
making it a mansion. All right.
Yeah, I think everybody's art is always gonna be different, but like you said, you're gonna have people like that, but then you're gonna have, people who, most music is people telling their stories for real, you know what I'm saying, in form. So you're gonna always have the different levels, but yeah, I think it's gonna be some crazy shit for sure.
You gotta figure like little homie right there, he 8. We don't know, nobody like from a kid's perspective, like wait till they like 18. How you think they're gonna tell us about COVID and they experience like kids never got to experience prom, but kids didn't go to school. So we want to do some craziness, but they about to be talking about like, I just woke up and my grandma died because she coughed. Like it's gonna be way different stories. It's gonna be way different.
Right.
I'll add to that. I like the green one. But how do I see it? I told y'all I have many hats. I produce beats. So I'm trying to create the future of hip hop beats. Okay? Futuristic. That's where I'm looking. I study the origins of hip hop and the music of it, like the whole boom bap to how it's progressed, and then creating my own. So that's what I see it as. Future is hip hop. I'm trying to keep it alive. I like lyricisms. I like bars. I like poetry. So I think in the next 50 years, it's definitely, like he said, like Faz said, it's gonna be that EDM mixed with the hip hop, but also disco. It's gonna be a lot of genres incorporated back into hip hop, and it's gonna be dope. I see it.
And then happy birthday to hip hop, but me as an artist, and I know Hardo himself as an artist, I feel offended right now because the first time in 30 years there hasn't been a #1 hip hop album or song on a Billboard. So now I think we need to take ourselves back and stop conforming to what people want us to do and start taking the art back. Like we need to take our art back and because our art is too saturated right now. So we got to take it in control and make it #1 again because everything is here today and gone tomorrow. I can't remember a song from nothing. The only people I listen to is the homies from home. I don't listen to nobody else because I don't believe nothing they talking about.
I think that the future of hip hop is gonna be incredible. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop put a black man in the White House. You know what I'm saying? And in the future, we had Barack Obama was the Jackie Robinson president. But guess what? If we believe in history, history tells us that you ain't seen nothing yet. Muhammad Ali is coming. And we're gonna get it somebody that's gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and a rapper is gonna be president of the United States. And it definitely will not be Kanye West. Allow me to say that now. But I'm telling you, did you see what Barack did? When Hillary Clinton said some craziness, he brushed his shoulder off, and then they mixed it with Jay-Z joint, threw the meme up on YouTube, it got millions of... I'm telling you, hip-hop president is coming, and he gonna be hard like Muhammad Ali. He ain't gonna take shorts like he did. So, you heard it here first.
All right, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are beautiful. Happy Juneteenth. Happy birthday, hip hop.
You know, all good things came to an end out there, man.